Hey guys! So I am filming a video. This is a bit of a kind of impromptu video, and I also can't really hear myself speaking that well. I don't know if you guys will follow me on Twitter, you probably don't, but if you don't, then you may not know that I had an operation on Monday. It was a fairly major operation. I was actually fairly deaf in my ear, this one, my left ear. And this operation is basically to rebuild part of my eardrum and like give me a new little bone, a titanium bone, so I'm basically a robot now, to hopefully help me hear. And it's a pretty major operation, and it was quite draining to have the operation on Monday, and it's now Friday. And I've only been out the house once since the operation, and I haven't really been doing a lot besides sleeping. You can see I got these really nice flowers behind me from work. They sent them to me. So I'm off work at the moment for 2 weeks to sort of recover, and I've basically just been sleeping, reading, sleeping again, and that's about it, to be honest. It's been a weird week, but I wanted to do a little chat with you guys and do a fairly chilled video, so this probably won't be edited, so apologies on that. I'm probably just going to upload it as it is, so sorry. I've got a couple of books that came in the post that I wanted to show you guys, and then I also just wanted to have a little chat. I haven't actually had the chance to sit down and say thank you for getting me past 10,000 subscribers, but I'm way past that now on my YouTube channel, and honestly that is completely baffling to me because I never thought I would get there. It happened when I was at work actually, and I saw a few people tweeting me saying that it happened because I knew I was really close and I'd been like watching the numbers, and a few people tweeted me and said it had happened, and I was just completely gobsmacked and overwhelmed, and it really made me a little bit emotional on the day. I was in work and I was like, okay, I can't like cry at work, but I was super touched and super emotional and just in awe that you guys, there's so many of you guys, so thank you for getting me to 10,000 on my YouTube. That is honestly far more than I ever anticipated, and it is the nicest thing ever. So that's been keeping me happy despite the post-operation blues. And yeah, I want to do something in celebration. Loads of you guys have asked me to do a bookshelf tour time and time again, and I did promise a few of you that if I got to 10,000 I would do it. Not really thinking I would anytime soon, but I have, so I am planning to do a bookshelf tour. You may have to wait a bit because bookshelf tours take quite a long time to film, so I'm going to enlist the help of my boyfriend, I think, to get that filmed so that you guys can see it, but it might take us a little while. I'll probably do shelf by shelf, and I have a lot of shelves, as you guys may or may not know, so that will be coming. I definitely want to do that for you guys. I've not done one for years and years, so my shelves have changed significantly, and I think it's only fair that I share them with you guys, so I'm going to do that. The other thing I would really like to do is a sort of ask me anything, because there are so many of you now, and definitely not all of you have been following me for a long time. So I think maybe there's some stuff that you guys don't know about me, probably just like my day-to-day life. You know a fair bit about my reading life, but you don't necessarily know too much about everything else. So I wanted to open up this video to you guys and say if there's anything you want to ask, be it bookish or non-bookish, please do leave questions below, and I'm going to do a sort of answers video for you to respond to all the questions that I get. So yeah, leave any questions below that you have for that. That would be great. What else has happened? Oh, I started a Patreon. This was a weird coincidence. I just decided a week or so ago to look into it. It's something that I've been intrigued by for a while. I have a couple of friends who have Patreons and I support them. I support Thomas, whose channel is SFF180. I'll put a link to his Patreon, and I'll put a link to the other one that I support, which is Fangirl Happy Hour. They are a podcast and they are amazing, and I love both of them, so I support them already. And I was just thinking, why not try it? If it gets me a little bit of extra money to spend on books each month, that would be amazing. So basically, if you don't know what Patreon is, it's kind of this sponsorship program, I suppose, where Each month you can choose to donate a certain amount of money to creators that you enjoy their content, and basically it's up to you how much you want to put in the tip jar, essentially. There's different levels of things like rewards that you can get. So I'm going to start trying to do rewards for you guys. Some of the rewards are things like seeing videos early so that you'll get early access to them, or getting your name at the end of videos. And the general aim for me with Patreon is just to make a little bit of extra money so that I can justify doing some of the things I've been wanting to do on my channel for ages, but just don't have the time or resources to do right now. So that's things like creating an end card and CCing my videos. I'd love to do that for you guys. Using all the annotations properly in the cards, because I don't really do that so much anymore, and I would like to kind of do that for you. And eventually, long term, maybe things like getting an actual animation to go with my little intro that so many of you guys like and comment on. I would love to have an animation made for that. I think that would be awesome, but it's going to cost money to do that, so I haven't done it myself. I'm not an animator by any means, so I don't know how to do that, but I do know people who could do it. I just would like to pay them for their time, because it will be a significant chunk of their time to make what I want, but I have ideas. So yeah, basically Patreon is a new thing I'm trying, and if you would like to support me there, you definitely don't have to, but if you would like to, I will link it below, and you can go and read about all the behind the scenes rewards, things like that. So that's a new thing. I think that might be all my announcements. Recently YouTube has decided to kind of change the way that people get paid. I don't know if you guys already know about this. I've been following it a bit because I've just basically been lying in my bed reading Twitter a lot, because there's not a lot else I can do. And it seems like YouTube has really cut down on sort of promoting and helping out small channels, and most booktubers are small channels. So it's a real shame that they're doing this, and it's something that I find really frustrating, because so many of my friends are getting their YouTube partnership taken away, or they're getting demonetized, and it's really upsetting. So I'm going to link some small channels in the description below that I think you guys maybe should go check out. I'm going to put a couple of them down there that I think deserve more people, and hopefully you can go subscribe to them. I think predominantly they're going to be sci-fi fantasy ones too, because that is mostly what I watch, but there will be some others maybe. And if you have a small channel and you would like a little boost, do let me know in the comments. I'd love that too. When you're writing out questions for the Q&A, definitely leave your link to your channel, because I would love to check it out. And I think that as a Booktube community, there we go, my first stumble of the unedited video. That's pretty good going. I think I spoke for a while without stumbling too much. But yeah, this one, if we're all in the Booktube community together, I feel we should support each other. So leave a channel link or any channels that you like, and I would love to check you guys out. I think that's it really. I think that's everything. I'm just going to do a little book haul now, because I've been sent a couple things that I've not shown you yet, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to wrap this up. So yeah, let's do that. The first thing is this book, which is one that I've already kind of shown you guys because I put a picture of it in my most recent book haul, but it hadn't arrived yet, and that is The Scar by China Mieville. I'll try and take off the post-it note with one hand. It's a bit of an issue. So this is The Scar. This one I'm going to be buddy reading in early February with James and possibly some other people. Really excited to go back to this world, because China Mieville writes super weird fiction, and Perdido Street Station was a really interesting, very different, very unique world. So I'm quite excited to see what he does with this one. I honestly don't know an awful lot about it. It says that there's pirates and human cargo, and yeah, it sounds like it's going to be pretty weird. He always writes weird stuff, so I'm intrigued and very much looking forward to this. It arrived in my house on the 15th of January, so it's got to be out by the 26th of Feb, but that should be fine because I'm reading it in the first week of Feb. So that's the first one, and I've already mentioned it. So let me show you some of the other ones I got. First one is this one, which I'm really excited about. This one you may recognise from my anticipated releases. It's called Senlin Ascends by Josiah Bancroft, and it follows a young couple who go to this amazing place and they go up this tower and then they get separated on their honeymoon, and we're following, I believe, a man called Senlin who has to try and find his partner in the chaos and madness of this tower. It sounds pretty weird and pretty wonderful, and a lot of people have been talking about this. It is a new release and I'm very excited to have a copy of it. So I was sent this by the publisher, came in on the 17th of Jan, so it's got to go out on the 28th of Feb. I'm hoping again this one to start it early February. I'm planning to do probably a buddy read of this with a friend of mine, so hopefully we can do that early Feb and I will review it for you guys very soon. But I'm excited to have that. Another one I'm also very excited about is this one, Blood of Assassins by R.J. Barker. This is the sequel to Age of Assassins, which was a really fun kind of sword and sorcery romp. It was just filled with excitement and I really enjoyed it. It felt very light-hearted but very easy to get into, and just it was a book I really enjoyed. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing where the main characters from that go next and what they do next, because I think it follows the same characters as the first book. Again, it was one that was on my anticipated releases and this came in on the same day, so hopefully I can read this maybe like mid-February. It's quite short so it won't take me too long, and I remember the first one being a super quick read, so I imagine that this one will also be a very quick read. So I'm definitely looking forward to that very soon. Another one that came in is this one, The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, and this is actually a book that I somehow missed the train on. Like, I didn't realise it was out and I hadn't really heard anything about it, but since it came out I've heard a lot more about it. A lot of people have been saying it's really good and like hyping it up, and I just watched Joss's video where she does some videos where she talks about whether books are worth the hype or not. And in her most recent one, she talked about this one and said she thought it was worth the hype. It was a really good sort of fun YA fantasy. Definitely wasn't doing anything groundbreaking, but it was a really solid read. And I trust her opinion, so I'm definitely intrigued about this. I think it's in a fae world and the fae are quite evil. And I don't really read fae books very often, but I like it when the fae are evil rather than good. So hopefully this will be my kind of thing. I think Sam from Sam's Nonsense might be reading this right now and enjoying it too. So a lot of people have been saying good things, and I've read one other Holly Black book, but years and years ago, and I don't remember liking it that much, but I think that was quite a different genre to this. I think this is more sort of fairy, so we'll see. I'm definitely intrigued, and this one needs to be read by the 27th of February, so I'll probably start this in February sometime. We'll see. Oh, I really need to sneeze, but I'm trying to hold it in until I finish this video for you guys. So the last one that I got that I've not shown you yet is this one, Starlings by Jo Walton, and this one has a beautiful cover, so I'm just going to take off the little post-it note to show you. And that is this. It's super gorgeous. This one was sent to me by the publisher and I think it is beautiful. And there's a little quote on here from Robin Hobb, which says, "Walton writes with authenticity that never loses heart." Now, I've read a couple of Jo Walton's books, and I've kind of found her a bit of a mixed bag, but this is a collection of different stories, and I'm not entirely certain if there's like a theme linking it. I think it might just be various stories that she's written, and I'm definitely intrigued because, yeah, I do like some of her stuff, and other stuff I found a bit more problematic and strange. So I'm really intrigued about how I'm going to feel about her short fiction. I'm definitely looking forward to giving it a go, and this one I need to read by the 26th of February as well to stick to my like within 6 weeks rule. So hopefully I'll read this very soon. Again, it's not too long, and I'm hoping because it's a short fiction collection, I might be able to sort of dip in and out of this one and read a story each day or something like that. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to give this a go. So that is kind of everything, guys. This was a bit of a rambly catch up, all sorts going on, but yeah, basically I am home at the moment on sick leave, trying to recover, doing a lot of sleeping, a fair bit of reading. I've been reading lots of the SBFBO finalists, so you'll see some reviews of them coming soon, and I'm really happy to hear that so many of you have picked up Sufficiently Advanced Magic and Where Loyalties Lie based on my reviews I uploaded, because Very, very excited about both of them. I think they're great. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to reading the rest of the finalists and bringing you guys reviews. As for what I'm currently reading, I'm currently reading one of the finalists, which is Jack Bloodfist. I think that's what it's called, Jack Bloodfist Fixer, which is an urban fantasy noir. Not really my sort of thing, but I'm enjoying it well enough. And then I'm also reading this bad boy, which is Iron Gold by Pierce Brown. I'm reading this with one of my friends. I'm about 100 pages into this at the moment and really enjoying it. And then I think I might start reading this one very soon, which is The Bells, because I really, really want to get to it, and it comes out in February, so I'd like to get to it maybe around the time it comes out. We'll see. Definitely excited for this though. I've heard so many good things. So yeah, I think that is my update on life, Patreon, 10,000 subscribers, a book haul, and what I'm currently reading, all in one video. So I hope you enjoyed this. Sorry it's a bit of a random mixture of things. Please do leave me comments for my Q&A. I would love to have questions below, or on Twitter. You can tweet them at me if you want. And yeah, hopefully I will be back to properly edited, really nice videos very soon with proper lighting and so on. But for now, you'll just have to live with this slightly unedited, not so great version until I'm a bit better. So I hope you guys are all great. I can't wait to hear from you in the comments, and I will see you all very soon in another video. Bye guys!